Australian rules football? In the US? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
And welcome here to USAFL.com and the Aussie Sparks Women's Exhibition Match number 2 at Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego in the Del Mar region. I'm Peter Holden. Great to have your company for this special game. You'll see wearing the blue jumpers with a little bit of orange on that, the shape of a kangaroo. That is obviously the Aussie Sparks. While the team wearing the mixed jumpers, they are the USAFL all-comers, essentially sides that were playing in Division 1 and Division 2. Players that wanted to have a crack at playing the Australians. They have all lined up and teamed up together. We've got players from New York Magpies. They're wearing the black with the white stripes. Wearing the dark blue with white stripes there. Minnesota Freeze players. Those wearing black with green, they are Seattle players. And obviously you might see some with a light blue. They are from the Los Angeles Dragons, who are a new team in the USAFL this year. I should say with Seattle. They started last year but made their Division 1 debut this year. We're just looking to make sure that we've got the go. Looks around, the field umpire checking the scoreboard attendant. Are we clear? And once we have the whistle, we are underway and we are starting this match. Now, we normally play 2 20-minute halves, but I've got a feeling that things will be a little on the fly today. What they'll be judging is Dunbar for the Aussie Sparks, trying to get a hurried hand pass out of there. Got to a teammate who fired it in towards centre-half forward. Maguire did the little shepherding work, which was smart. Now getting on the right boot there and kicking it long inside 50. Didn't quite work out there for Blight. And Valerie Barber-Axtell manages to get a hurried hand pass away, and they will try and come out of defence. But it won't go too far. And the Sparks will get a hurried handball with a kick over the top. We're in number 11 is Shaylee Murphy-Burke from the Geelong VFLW list. Falls into space. Rashnez now has it. Hurry kick inside 50. Hurried little hand pass over the top from Cameron. Put it in the danger spot. Sang was there for the Seattle Grizzlies as part of the all-comers that are playing today. Also getting in there as well was Mullen. Hurry kick on goal one, bounce in the square. Did it go through? I think it has. And the Sparks will get there first on the board. Now, apologies. Now, normally for us commentators who call football, we have a team sheet in number order. In some cases, we'll have faces on the team sheet and we'll be able to spot the players for you very quickly. But on this occasion for the Sparks, they're only playing for their second time ever as an actual team. And their jumper number orders are a little bit around. They're scribbled down notes. While in the same time, as for the all-comers as well, it's various teams. They literally got together 5 minutes before the game, and we literally jotted down their numbers as well. So therefore, we were able to highlight some of the players that you should be keeping an eye on, not only for the Aussie Sparks, who are aged between 16 and 26 girls that are hoping to be drafted into the AFL women's competition, but USAFL girls as well, some hoping to get in the Freedom or Liberty teams to take part in the International Cup in Melbourne in 2020. One of the players to look out for in the Sparks team is number 31, Emily Maguire. She is from Western Australia, and Maguire has been taken by the Fremantle Dockers. Pick 33 in the AFL Women's Draft of 2017. Taken as a free agent a day after the draft. Picking up the ball now is Melissa Freckleton. Freckleton will play for the GWS Giants. And look at that class. Look at the shot on goal. It just falls short, though. Just falls short, and a mark taken there. A player from the Seattle Grizzlies. Just taking that one and clearing it off the last line of defence, only for it to be intercepted and sent back from whence it came to hit the post by Varachnez. Now, Nicola Varachnez is from the Stingrays, who play in the Sydney Women's Premier Division. They won the flag this year. They went back-to-back, and they beat the Sydney Uni Bombers. She was actually a guest on the Girls Play Footy radio show during the year, and we thank her for her time for that. 2.5 minutes gone into half. Intercepted mark taken by the Sparks. Will be lining up and go 25 metres out. This is Maguire that we talked about, taking pick 33 in the AFL Women's Draft. She'll be playing for the Fremantle Dockers. She'll be on their primary list, being coached by Michelle Cowan, and one of their assistant coaches of the Sparks being Cara Denellen, otherwise known as Juddy. She is the captain of the Fremantle Dockers. Her kick on goal is away to the left and comes off hands and will go through for a minor score. 1-2-8, leading no score, the Aussie Sparks over the USAFL All-Comers. YouTube.com/USAFL. Peter Holden from girlsplayfooty.com with you on commentary. Ball goes out towards the back pocket, far side of the ground. Tackle gets laid on. Umpire said there's no prior opportunity to get rid of the football, and they will again call for a ball up. Far side of the ground. Going in there, Dunbar again. Immediately getting caught and wanting to get rid of the football was Mullins. Couldn't do so. She went towards the bottom of the pack. O'Hare watching on. She can't get the footy out. Throwing in there is Wymore. She didn't. Now here's the hurry kick in towards the forward pocket. A chance here for the Sparks. Waited patiently forward. Putting it through the middle. It's another one. And the Sparks extend their lead here at the USAFL Nationals in exhibition match number 2. They take it out to 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14, leading the USAFL All-Stars no score. Of course, the USAFL Nationals are played over 2 days at one of particular venues chosen each year. In 2016, it was at Sarasota, for example. This year in San Diego, California. And over those 2 days, there is 7 divisions. 7 divisions, 5 being made up of men, 2 being made up of women. The women's divisions this year, for the first time ever, there was 8 standalone women's teams in Division 1 and 5 combined women's teams in Division 2. Here's the quick hurried hand pass away. Freckleton again goes long inside. Oh, beautiful mark taken, and lining up for goal directly in front is Amara Cameron from WA. She'll be having a shot from about 30 metres out, directly in front. Creeps in, puts it on its way. Does it look good? Was it punched on the line? It was, and it was kept in. Oh, they've nearly made a mess of it on the last line. Hurried little hand pass away. Looking in the Ashley Gregg direction. Ashley from New York. Tried to follow up her effort. Didn't work out. Ball spilled free to Amara Cameron, who had a hurry shot on goals away to the right-hand side and will register again as a minor score. So that moves things along now to 2-3-15 to no score. 5 minutes gone first half. Now, normally back in Australia, we play 4 quarters at the Nationals because we've got to fit in so many games. It's played up of 2 halves. We're expecting to play, like we have in most games, a 20-minute half with no time on. Ball on the far side of the ground. Fighting it hard forward again is one of the Grizzly players. Can't get the football out. Mullen was over the top. Couldn't extract it. Hand pass out of the pack. Intercepted. Taken there. Varachnes immediately caught. And the umpire says that's holding the football. And it will be a free kick, and it is going the way of Emily Rice. She is the president of the Des Moines Roosters, and one of 2 players that the Roosters are sent to this year's Nationals. She kicks it long. Valerie Barber-Eksthelm. Look at her charge her way through. Tries to kick the ball along the ground. Try to get it to O'Hare. Now there's Silvio. Silvio from the LA Dragons puts it on the right boot, only for it to be intercepted. Backing back there is Taylor Pescud. She had it and then dropped it. The umpire said, you've got to play on. Gets back up again. Gets the hand pass to Dunbar. Dunbar got it across to Cameron, who's under pressure. Had to put it on the left boot. Worked it towards the centre of the ground. Now they're going to try and spread the football. Just spinning around. Right boot kick out towards centre wing. Had it momentarily. Drop off she should have claimed. Trying to get a hand pass away. Valerie Barber-Eksthelm goes in to lay the big tackle. Eksthelm goes in again. Barber-Eksthelm has her all wrapped up. Tries to knock it away from her. Stein goes in there. Couldn't get the football out. In goes Emily Rice. In goes Singh. And the umpire blows the whistle and calls for a ball up. The player in 31, because there's 2 31s on the ground, is actually the personal trainer involved with the Aussie Sparks team. She's decided to pull on the jumper and have a go, and they're obviously getting right behind her. Emily Maguire tried to run in and get the football, immediately wraps up her opponent in Stein in front of her. Ball spilled free. Taking it away now is Shaylee Murphy-Burke. Goes towards the half-forward flank position. Kicks it out towards the pocket. Going in and trying to hold it up, one of the Grizzlies was dispossessed of the football. Amelia Carr tried to come through and slap it out of hands. Didn't work out. Ashley Gregg put her head over the football. Couldn't quite pick it up. Pack quickly forms. Going in there again. Cull Singh couldn't quite get the football out. Waiting for the ball to pop out there. You can see is Ferguson. She's haunting the pack. And the umpire blows the whistle and says there's no prior opportunity. and we'll call for a ball up. We are 50 metres out from goal. Ball goes up in the air. Punch forward personally of Johnson Leach. Intercepted by Loren Sullivan from the LA Dragons. She kicks the ball in towards the middle of the ground. Is it high against Wymore or is it a throw? Umpire rules a throw. Of course, in Aussie Rules football, you got a hand pass, so you can't throw the ball in one hand and you punch it with the other. Sounds difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Kicks in the direction of Rogerson. Has to pick it up. Rogerson gives the hand pass off. Tried to squeeze the kick there. It was Leighton, only for it to be intercepted by Stein, who was brought to ground. Umpire signals one-handed throw. Free kick going the way of the Aussie Sparks. And having it now is Taylor Ferguson. Ferguson gets on the right boot. It's a bit of a helicopter kick. Goes towards the centre half forward position. Is one over the shoulder. Umpire doesn't rule so. Comes in and says, I'll ask for the ball up. Thank you very much. Melissa Freckleton was the player that was all wrapped up. We'll throw the ball up in the air. Sullivan brings the football to ground one more time. Amelia Carr went through the pack. Couldn't pick up the football. Sullivan wanted to go in again. It seems you could get a piece of the action. Ball still in dispute. Now going in there is Carr. Umpire rules a throw. And it will be a free kick going the way of the Aussie Sparks. As we wait for the umpire to signal a free kick going the way of number 38 in Tiffany Blight. Blight now kicks it out towards the wing position to be taken around now by the 23 in Pescott. Has it. Puts it out towards the half-forward flank position. Now going inside 50 with Carr to try and pick it off the ground. Hand pass backwards. Now looking for Maguire. Steen gets the football first. Gets the hand pass away. Maguire goes for a run, shows some class, has a shot on goal. Has it got the distance? Well, that was interesting. A mark that ended up turning to almost like a volleyball spike. And it went through for a touch behind for the Aussie Sparks. 10 minutes gone so far in this half, and the score has now gone to 2-4-16 to no score. So we'll wait for the ball to go to the outer side of the ground with a kick in. Freckleton over around the football for the Sparks. Now the long, high bomb inside 50. 1-2 bites of the cherry. Pay that. And pulling it in there is Amara Cameron from WA. She'll be having a shot on goal from about 25 to 30 metres out, directly in front. Slight breeze that she'll be kicking into. A cool breeze on a hot day here in San Diego. Thought about giving the hand pass. Sold the candy. Went long on one step. But was a bit poor with that choice, and it was away to the left-hand side and will register as a solitary behind. So halfway through this first half, and the Aussie Sparks moved to 2-5-17. The USAFL all-comers, no score, women's exhibition match 2 at the 2017 USAFL National Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego. Here's the kick back into play. Emily Maguire takes a mark again. She's recruited out of Swan Districts in WA. Same club, of course, that's coached by Nicole Graves and captained by Cara Dinellen. As Maguire just kind of hints for players to come at her. Elects to give off the hand pass. Dusenberry has a shot, and it just kind of falls flat. And a good tackle laid on there against the Grizzlies player. And the umpire blows the whistle and calls for a ball up as Carr watches on, and so does Charlotte Mann. Ball goes up, Sullivan versus Maguire. Maguire wins the tap, ball hit the ground. Putting their head over it and going for a run now. The number 15 having a shot on goal. 15 I think is the only one we actually don't have on our card, even though it could be Haynes. And the kick back now goes towards Blight. Blight, short. Juggling it and taking the mark there is Ferguson. Ferguson goes short to Maguire. So Maguire will be having a shot on goal. She'll be from directly in front, 50 metres out. Decides to load up. That's a big kick. That's a roost. And it just falls short. Came off hands there. Amelia Carr wants to go in and try and lay an effective tackle over the head of her. Silvio lurking nearby. Here's a flying shot on goal. How does that look? It's away to the right-hand side and will register as a point to Causley Todd. Amelia Causley Todd coming out of New South Wales. And that moves it to 2-6-18 to no score. So the hand pass. Oh, they've messed that up. Coming back in the all-comers, and that's an easy one. An easy shot on goal for Amara Cameron from WA. And she extends that lead now. The Aussie Sparks 3-6-24 to the USA no score here at the USAFL Nationals for 2017. Peter Holden with you on commentary. Great to have your company. And of course, don't forget, you can find more about the Aussie Sparks by Googling online Aussie Sparks to go to their website for upcoming tours in the future. And of course, for all the latest women's footy news, go to girlsplayfooty.com, and don't forget our podcasts on Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud. Ball is thrown up in the air. Away we go again. Sullivan does the ruck work. Goes out okay. Until it's all wrapped up. Trying to get in there was Brackness. Goes again. Doing the ruck work on this occasion is Johnson Leach. Amelia Carr tried to fight the hand pass to Emily Rice, who slapped the ball along the ground. Only to be sent back from whence it came. In goes Silvio. She overran the football and couldn't pick it up. Little tunnel ball stuff there by O'Hare. Goes back to Amelia Carr. Carr now put it on the right boot. Goes out towards the man direction on the other side of the ground. Oh, ducked the tackle beautifully. Turn it around the corner. Goes towards the Colsing direction. She's chasing the football, and she's got Ashley Gregg on her hammer. Colsing's over the top of it. Managed to slap it forward, but only to be intercepted by Silvio. Silvio from the Los Angeles Dragons puts it out in the Sullivan direction on the opposite side of the ground. Coming after it is Corsley Todd as well. Now picking it up and going for a run is Pescott. Pescott goes inside 50 with the kick. An awkward bounce. It had to sit there for Cameron. She had to be patient. Elects to go with a hand pass. Berry tries to go in and pick it up. She does so. Has to take on the... Oh, got absolutely slammed in the tackle afterwards. There's a souvenir from your stay in San Diego. Then kicks towards the top of the square as Silvio goes down. Amelia Carr from Seattle gets the kick. Goes long in the direction of Sullivan, who was dispossessed of the football. Hit the ground. Wanted to go in again, Corsley Todd. Umpire crosses himself like the Monsignor and asks for the football back, and will call for a ball up. So away we go again. One more time. Sullivan wins the tap down. Going through there is Emily Maguire. And there sounds the whistle, which indicates possibly half-time. So we are playing just 15-minute halves here at the USAFL Nationals in Game 2. It's Peter Holden with you on commentary. We'll take this opportunity to take a break here on USAFL.com. And don't forget on camera the great work being done by Mark Gonzalez. And we'll be back with you in just a moment's time.
We're about to learn how to teach our kids / teach ourselves how to kick a footy.
Okay, tips to kick the footy. Number 1, nose over toes, which means just going to be over the football. You don't want to be looking up to where you're kicking, you want to be over the footy. Laces to where we're kicking it. We're going to drop it and we're going to point our toe.
Nose to toes, and then we're dropping and not throwing up.
Good, perfect. We can go home.
I love that summer feeling. I don't want it ever leaving. Breathing in the sky that's so clear. I could spend my whole life right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that let go feeling. I feel my hands up on the ceiling. I think I'll spend tomorrow out here. Cause days like these feel like I'm dreaming. Yeah, ooh, I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never
Happiness is calling at sandiego.org.
My first game, I stood there and I was just like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm just gonna run. I just kept going and I kept going to practice, I kept going to the games, and eventually it just clicked. And I was just like, oh, I get it now, like this is fun.
Aussie Rules, is also known as footy, is the equivalent of like the NFL here, and so in Australia they call it AFL.
So in Australia it's still a huge sport, especially for the women. It's getting even bigger.
It's empowering for women, young women.
It's really great to just be able to run around and just have so much fun with a bunch of people that love the same sport that you do.
It just gives me this energy that I just can't describe, and it just brings me like so much joy.
It's a great physical outlet, but also the people that we play with are just so amazing.
These are the girls that if you want to dress up and go out, they'll be there for you. If you want to be in your sweatpants all day and eat chocolate and watch Netflix, they're also there for you.
I think that this sport has something for everyone.
I just feel like anyone and everyone should try it, give it a go, and just see if they like it.
If you're watching this video, it's not by accident. This is for you.
And welcome back to Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego. You can see right now on camera Nicole Graves. She is the coach of the Swan Districts women's side in the WAWFL. She is addressing the Aussie Sparks team before they go out. Nicole, of course, helped lead this 2-week tour of California with the Aussie Sparks, teaching them all about Aussie Rules football. And I'm not talking about the basics. I'm talking about girls that are preparing for the AFL women's competition. She's trying to get them ready. She's trying to teach them what elite football is all about. And they've come over here. Ron Novosky, of course, has taken them right through the NCAA program, showed what's coming up, what they've got to do to become elite. And if you think, really, they're going to become elite, 2 of the girls in this team have been taken into the AFLW system. Emily Maguire picked 33 for the Fremantle Dockers, and number 2, Melissa Freckleton, pick up as a free agent to the GWS Giants. Umpire blows the whistle and we are underway to start again for the second half here at the USAFL Nationals Women's Exhibition Match Game 2 between the Aussie Sparks and the USA. 3-6-24 to no score is how it sits. Trying to come away with a football, spun around. The umpire says you're going nowhere. You had a wheel clamp on Tia Haynes and you've got to pay the fine. And that is Silvio that gets the resulted free kick. Lilani Silvio from the LA Dragons. Hashtag gangster goes forward. Mark taken now. Kathy O'Hare has the football. She is from the Minnesota Freeze. She's looking further ahead. Who can she find? Who can she spot up? That's the big question. Dunbar walking on by to try and create some defence, but taken away by Johnson Leach. She goes back inboard to Haynes. Haynes with the football on the left boot. Maguire sells the candy, went left, went right, kicked it towards full forward, straight into the breadbasket. And the mark being taken, lining up there, the number 11 and Shaylee Murphy-Burke. It's a great name. There's 2 hyphens, and it sounds like she should sue me because it's the name of a law firm, isn't it? No, it isn't. It's Shaylee Murphy-Burke from the Geelong VFLW list. Murphy-Burke on the right boot goes long towards the left-hand side. It is away for a minor score. The umpire will tap himself like having heat stroke, but no, it's okay. It will register as one behind. 3-7-25 to no score. The Aussie Sparks over the USAFL all-comers. We'll wait for the ball to be brought back into play. The RV behind the goals. That's the way to go. Hopefully the minibar is stocked as they'll kick out from defence. It is a short, flat kick. 1-2 bounces close towards the boundary line. Trying to keep the football in play was Taylor Peskard, and the umpire said too bad it had gone out and we'll have a throw back into play. Putting the hand up, Emily Maguire. She says she'll go in the ruck contest this time. I think up against Charlotte Mann from the Seattle Grizzlies. Ball back into play. Missed out all players. Dusenberry tried to go in there and pick it up. Couldn't do so. Haynes was there one more time. Got taken away from her. Ball still on the deck. One more time for Peskard. And the kick might have been a bit of a Barry Crocker. No, it stayed in play. Ball has now gone into space. Now trying to pick it up for Ratchness. Up against the boundary line. She gets thrown over. Silvio goes in there. While she wanted to try and get the hand pass out, the umpire said, I'll have the football back. Blows the whistle. And or is he going to pull out a free kick? pointing in the direction, saying this is where the markers be, and he can go back and have a shot. Nicola Varanches from the Stingrays Football Club in New South Wales gets on the right boot, decides to centre the football. An awkward bouncing ball, bowled over a few. Picking it up there and going for a run is Rogerson. Rogerson got it out on the left boot, going long for home. One bounce, two bounces, and it is away to the right-hand side. It will register as a Midas score. That sees them go to 3-8-26 to no score here at Surf Cup Sports Park San Diego and the USAFL Nationals. The umpire waves the flag and says, Midas score, thank you very much. As the ball will be kicked back into play. Long kick over the head of Valerie Barber-Exthelm. And the umpire signalled for a push out in the ruck contest. That's if you shove the person in the back. It doesn't mean you want to start a fight in the bar. It just means you're giving up a free kick. And that's going to Valerie Barber-Exthelm from the Seattle Grizzlies. She got on the right boot. She went out towards the centre wing position. Spotted up, I think, Emily Rice out there. Decides to get going. Special fried rice on the right boot. Coming back inboard. Went over the head there of Sullivan. Trying to get the way through his saying. Couldn't quite pick up the football. Hurried little hand pass back to Freckleton. Freckleton now gets going on the right boot. It's a low, sharp kick. Works out okay. Finds Chloe Layton. Layton lays it off. Managing to find Murphy Burke. Murphy Burke long to the half-forward flank. Good mark taken. Going for a run. 45 metres out from home. And it looks good. Goal for the Sparks. Brilliant football. All class. Rolls-Royce type stuff. And 4-8-32 for the Aussie Sparks. USA, no score. 4 minutes gone first half here at Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego. They're ringing the interchanges. Amelia Carr coming back on. She's one of the star players for the Seattle Grizzlies, and she's going deep in defence. And we'll wait for the ball to come back. And we'll have a throw up and we'll get going one more time. And with throw up, I mean throw the ball up, not physically throw up. That's what happens at the after party afterwards. As talking about after party, ironically, a ruckman named Dunbar. As the ball is in the middle of the ground, we'll go again. Sullivan versus Dunbar. Up in the air it goes. Dunbar from the Northern Territory wins the ball down. Crashing through the pack. Trying to lay on the tackle there is Cameron. Umpire says, you threw the football, you can't do that. And it's a free kick going the way of the Aussie Sparks. Let's see who he brings the football back to. And I've got a feeling it might be Cameron with it. Indeed it is. Mara Cameron, long inside 50. Just went over the head and was misjudged. Trying to spin around on a sixpence and have a shot as Peskin. And taking it in the pocket. A beautiful clean mark for the Sparks, but it's going to be on a tight angle for number 11, Shaylee Murphy-Burke. So she has a shot on goal from about 25 metres out against the boundary line. Shaylee Murphy-Burke creeps in, has a shot on goal. Did it squeeze in? Goal umpire comes back, says 2 pies please. And that is a goal, and it moves the Aussie Sparks now onto 5-8-38 USAFL All-Stars Donuts. So we wait for the ball to come back into the middle of the ground. This, of course, is the second last women's match played at the USAFL Nationals for 2017. The last game, as always, on the women's side is the Women's Division 1 Grand Final. And that is being played this year between the San Francisco Iron Maidens and Denver Bulldogs. Ball back in the middle of the ground again. Lorenz Sullivan versus Dunbar of the Sparks. Dunbar, Silvio goes charging after the football. Picks it up off the carpet. Gets thrown into the ground and cops a mouthful of that Delmar dirt. And it's all wrapped up by Amelia Carr. And the ball will go back to the umpire for a throw-up. Going up again, Dunbar wins it down. Silvio pickpocketed her. Kicks it inside 50. But the Sparks defence hold up on this occasion with a long kick out towards the defensive side wing. Broadcast side. Bouncing football. Trying to take it in one clean go was Corsley Todd. Overran the football. Trying to spin out of trouble there was Nelson. The long kick by Ohar. Only for it to be intercepted. Taken by Jason Leach. Leach now goes long and towards the middle of the ground. Mark taken. Going for a run, the Sparks they got round Silvio. Popped it up. Corsling tries to get onto the football. Dropped it. Goes back again. Ridden into the ground. Not the full 7-second ride. Umpire says you can play on the far side. Trying to square it up just through the fingertips there. Couldn't hold it for Rachnes. Close towards the boundary line. Are they keeping it in play? They put the hand up to signal out. The umpire ignored it. And now I think he's made a late call. So we'll have a ball in the forward pocket for the Sparks going to the southern end. or the Mexico border end, whatever you want to call it. That's not the border there in the distance. It's still actually a few mile away as the ball is back in, having a hurry kick there. Shailene Murphy-Burke touched on the line and seen through for... No, it wasn't! Didn't get there. The goal umpire said it was too late. The player was already over the line. The ball had cleared it, and it is a goal to the Sparks. 6-8-44 to no score. The Sparks had, I wouldn't say a close game on the scoreboard. It was something like 27-0 in the first game, but a much tighter game with a lot greater pressure against the first USAFL combined side. They're being able to open up the play a lot more than they did in that first game in this second match. And again, that came back to their first game. It was the first game they played together as a unit. They trained together as a unit, but not played. This is the second game as a unit, so therefore they're just a little bit more cohesive, and they've started to open up play and trust each other and know where to find each other. Now to Deacon. Deacon takes a bounce, goes for a run, caught, G-O-N-E, gone. Free kick going the way of the Minnesota Freeze player, and she elects to play the advantage. But look at it, was at a 25. The umpire was going for a march. Nope, still on the mark. Everyone was just rushing forward. Hurried high kick, almost brought rain with it, and the Sparks take an easy mark at the half-back flank. On the right boot, absolute worm burner of a kick. Hurried little hand pass while being spun around by Deacon. Now quickly got it out towards the side. Stevens managed to get it going. Now they go for a bounce, going for a run again. Is Cameron, long and high towards the half-forward flank position. Dusenberry goes after the football, couldn't pick it up. Hose a hurry kick off the ground, charging in towards the football. They completely overran it. Hand pass going backwards. Pressure stuff. Freckleton puts on the afterburners, goes towards the top of the square, and it's easy pickings for Shailene Murphy-Burke, who goes bang and puts it between the big sticks, and you can mark that one down for the Aussie Sparks. They go to 7-8-50, USAFL Donuts 0-0-0, no score. Sparks well and truly in control here at Surf Cup Sports Park, San Diego, California. So here we are on this bright sunshiny day. Something like 82 degrees Fahrenheit. You're probably talking about 32 degrees Celsius back home. Or on a standard day in Melbourne, probably about half a slab. As we wait for the ball to come back into the middle of the ground. Umpire looks around, makes sure everything is clear. They've brought the change to the ruck. It looks like it might be Jason Leach that might be going up in this contest. Wins out on it, but it is a player that's taking it away there. I think it might be Mullen for the Minnesota Freeze. Under intercepted by Freckleton, the GWS recruit. Goes out towards the flank position. Body's going down left, right and centre. Now the umpire signalled a throw. He did, and it will be a free kick for the USAFL all-comers. Made up of players from Los Angeles, from New York, Minnesota and Seattle. Here's the hurried right boot kick. It is long, it is high, it is going towards half forward. The ball dropped. Here's Amelia Carr. Carr put the pedal to the metal. That sounds kind of strange. Going long now in towards the forward line. Bouncing football. Good work done in defence by Dunbar. Bends over. It was like a giraffe trying to pick up a grape, but still got it, then kicked it out towards the half-back flank position. Got plenty of players and plenty of support there to go with. Keegan Dusenberry's calling for it. She's completely ignored. Goes across to Emily Maguire. Takes a mark, goes for a run. Maguire on the right boot, kicks it long into space. Coulsing went after it. She managed to hold it up, then did the shepherding work, allowing her teammate Cameron to get it. Dances back, dances forward. Was she doing the bus stop or was she trying to move forward? Now kicks it long towards the boundary line. And did it go out? The umpire's blown the whistle. Let's watch what he indicates. And, or did he pay a downfield free kick? Yes, he paid a downfield free kick, and it is going the way of number 12 in Stephanie Rogerson from Victoria. Roger that. Rogerson from inside 50. Looks to the big sticks. Creeps in. Puts it high on the way towards full forward. Murphy-Burke was underneath it, dropped it back, spins around, thought about going for goal, then did the team thing, hand pass to the pocket. Dusenberry gets the goal! And at Personal Cheer Squad have gone absolutely bananas here at San Diego Surf Cup Sports Park. She'll be signing autographs later on at the tin roof, don't worry about that. She's a personal trainer with the side, and she got it just before the full-time siren as well. Here's a souvenir for your tour, and that is the game wrapping up. 8-8-56, brother, for the Aussie Sparks. USAFL no score. A good effort by the USAFL all-comers, made up of girls from Minnesota, Seattle, Los Angeles Dragons, New York, up against this Aussie All-Star team of 16 to 26-year-olds from the Aussie Sparks. They, of course, got together to come here to California to tour to prepare for the AFL women's competition. 2 of them drafted, so they're a quality outfit. And credit does have to go to the Americans after playing 3 or 4 games of football to back up to play in this contest to test themselves against the Aussies. Thank you very much to Rob from the Aussie Sparks, to Brian from the USAFL, also to the insight from Nicole Graves from the Aussie Sparks as well. Catherine Smith, who joined us in commentary on Game 1, and all the players for being such good sports. Also, Mark Gonzalez on camera, a fantastic job done this weekend. I'm Peter Holden from girlsplayfooty.com. Thank you very much for your company. Don't forget all the matches that you want to watch from the women's divisions. We've got about 14 of them. They're available on youtube.com/USAFL. Do check them out. Until next time, it is bye for now. Thanks very much for your company, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you at the 2018 USAFL Nationals. Until then, goodbye.